the credits from up high. Cinema Classics.
Cinema Classics is produced by John DeSando. It airs Thursdays at 8:01 p.m. on WCBE 90.5 FM. Listen to shows and read reviews online at wcbe.org.
I'm John
And
DeSando,
I'm Wayne the Meg Miller.
and this is Cinema Classics.
Is
Now
it?
look, a couple weeks ago on our other show, It's Movie Time, which you
Yeah.
regularly appear as well,
Yes.
we did what I thought to be the bomb,
Okay.
Oppenheimer,
Yeah.
and I loved it.
Yeah.
Now, and now you know where I'm
Yeah,
going.
no, it was a big blast.
So I was wondering, could there be another bomb?
And this is a bomb of a different sort.
This is Meg 2.
Meg 2, the trench.
Oh yes, the trench.
Yeah,
This is
the date, that, I don't know if at first I thought, was it like a female soldier in World War I in the trenches? No.
No.
And John, I gotta tell you, I was kind of looking forward to this movie.
Oh, of course we
And
were.
because I enjoyed the first one. And I even yesterday went to Redbox and rented
Oh,
the
oh,
DVD
good. Oh, I'm
and
glad.
rewatched The Meg.
Oh.
Just to see and I did enjoy it, but I think the first time around, I can't remember if I saw it on DVD at home or saw it in the theater, but I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a heck of a lot more than its predecessor.
Well, let me
successor, yeah.
Sure. Let me just qualify what you're saying. That the two of us are big Jason Statham fans.
Yes.
You know, and pretty much anything he does, from
Yep.
Lock, Stock, and Barrel Smoking, whatever.
Yeah. Well, he's one of, I was thinking of this the other day, that some of my favorite cinema heroes right now are Brits. Gerard Butler.
Yeah,
Idris
thank you. Good.
Elba.
Yeah.
You know, both of them.
Yeah.
All three guys, and I know that there's more there that I really enjoy the movies, and I enjoy him. And rewatching The Meg yesterday.
Well, I'm so glad you did. Thank you. Yeah.
Because he was very enjoyable, and some of the same characters I think that are in this one. You know, some of the Asian characters were in The Meg, but once again, in Meg 2, he's called back into duty to help out. You know, and I did his backstory in the first one. You know, basically he was kind of a deep sea rescuer, and I thought, you know, he does a good job because he's got this kind of wise ass attitude about him too that adds this cocky cockney.
Yes.
Adds a lot of enjoyment.
I was trying to think of what he's a mashup of. I start with Bogart. Obviously, he's not a Bogart, but he's got
and he's not. He's an attractive enough guy, but he's not overly attractive.
And then there's Jean-Claude Van Damme. And
and he's got but you know, he's kind of a butt kicker. You know, persona, and of course.
I mean, he doesn't change his scowl in this movie.
Well, that, and you know, at least in the Meg movies, it gives him a chance, kind of like some of his earlier British films, to kind of carry the movie on its own, because we know him so much from things like the Expendables
and
series.
Transporter.
But also the Fast and Furious movies and stuff.
Yeah.
So he it did well in that one. It was part of. It wasn't really one of the numbered Fast and Furious movies, but he did that one. Shaw and Hobbs. Yeah.
And listen, I'll tell you a fact I picked up. He was making for his earlier films in the area of $500,000. On Hobbs, he made 13.
Yeah, well,
wow.
He kind of deserved it.
Just,
But it makes you wonder. I wonder what his co-star Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, made in that one. I'm sure it was a lot more. I mean, I think The Rock's like the most popular action figure and stuff.
Well, and in Meg 2, he's going down into the deep as a kind of ecological hero. I think
so.
He's moved towards something a little more humane, and he's still got that little girl.
Yeah, he's got the little girl, with, that she was in the first one, if I remember.
And you could see what the purpose is.
But there is kind of more of a ecological, environmental, animal rights, type of slant, to both the movies.
Yes, before we started talking, and as I was thinking about our show, I felt, until I really looked over the whole movie, that I had seen the worst movie of the year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I can think of some other ones. I think, did Babylon come out this year?
Well,
I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
That to me was
But
just.
I modified that slightly as I thought about the second half of this movie. When they get to Fun Island,
Oh, yeah.
I think that it is.
I think, yeah, I was just kind of waiting for him to kind of like
Okay.
gobble up like, so many cashews.
You get even
know,
shots.
that-
You get even shots from inside out of the shark. And Ben
Yeah,
Wheatley is
yeah,
the
then from I guess the shark point of view.
Yeah, right.
As he's kind of like looking through, which was interesting.
And there's one scene where he swims without any help, without tanks or anything, down into, talk about the abyss, another movie, but down, and it's because of something in his nostrils.
Yeah, I don't know.
That allowed him to do that. It was really absurd. And I don't mind if there's a touch of humor all about it, but I didn't get it.
Well, he did the kind of the same thing in the first one too.
Oh,
that,
did he?
kind of like diving in and swimming, and that was interesting. But appropriate for Shark, the tail end of Shark Week. That a lot
Oh,
of
that's
people
right.
were
Yeah.
And probably in our podcast, I'm going to talk a little bit about our love of shark movies.
Oh, yes. They're actually the original writer of these, from which they took this, wrote 6 books based on Megs. How do you get 6 out of this stuff?
Well, is he what do they call it, paleontologist or whatever?
Well, he just is fiction. From which they
fiction
took
about
this.
the Meg.
They got 6. His name is Steve Altern, I think.
Oh.
Isn't that something?
Well, that's kind of cool. There must be more of those little critters down there in the deep blue sea.
And they call. Remember, we loved the kind of Asian little monster on Fun Island.
Yeah.
Evidently, it's salamanders. Gigantic salamanders. I can't remember. We were trying to figure out what they looked like. They were the Komodo.
Yeah, the Komodo dragons there
was
in
it? Yeah.
Indonesia.
Anyway, I
and
couldn't.
stuff.
It was just a mashup. And then I thought also, why also is this such a junk movie? I picked out a couple lines that I thought was really characteristic of it.
Okay.
And this is, that was close. And another one says, too close. Yeah, oh, come on, guys.
Wow.
Could you please?
Do you think it'll be nominated for adapted screenplay Oscar?
No.
That's close.
Oh, yeah, but that is, I mean, I'm just thinking about it, and you are so right. The two of us, why do we pick this out at all? And well, because we love Jason Statham, and we love a good absurdist thriller.
Yes.
But when it's got the charm that this one apparently doesn't have. Even,
go ahead.
it's just gonna say that even the cheesy shots weren't, you know how they have green screen and stuff behind.
Oh, yeah.
All of it. There had so much cheese in this. Was that for laughs? It must have been, right?
Well, who knows? Or either that or the filmmakers are getting rather lax,
I
see in their filmmaking.
But that's why I couldn't get the tone right.
Right, but it's funny. And like you, we've talked about. We just love some of those movies, and of course, the granddaddy of them all that still holds up better than a lot that have come after it is the mid '70s, Jaws.
With no CGI.
Just a mechanical shark.
Yeah.
They had a nickname for the shark, and it kept breaking down all the time. This mechanical shark.
But that's because the storytelling was so good, and because, of course.
Well, but also too, Because every day in the summer we see on the news like about shark attacks. And right now up there in off the coast of New England is now really kind of the feeding ground. You know, they were all these photos, all these sharks, swimming around close to swimmers and everything.
All right.
Okay.
Wayne Miller.
Yes.
The film, first of all, let me tell our listeners, you want more, you can't wait to get more
Yeah.
of our blather, then just go to Double Take on
Yeah.
WCBE, the podcast experience.
Yes.
And we'll talk even more about
Yeah,
it.
well, I got plenty of the same there.
But right now,
Okay.
as we close out cinema classes,
Yeah.
Wayne Miller, what do you advise our audience concerning the
Well, you know, I would say probably, having a good fish dinner first. They would I think people would kind of enjoy it. Don't expect a lot of heavy thought or whatever, even though there's some things in there dealing, once again, about family and family values.
Yep.
Things like that. But I would recommend it, either that. Well, number one, people have recommended to me that we should have seen it in 3D. You know, but sometimes 3D, I mean, would have made it
We're story people.
something bad worse.
No, they've got to have
Yeah.
the writing and they've.
Yeah, but so I think taking the the kids would be okay. You know, they may
Yeah.
not want to go even taking a bath, much less swim.
Classics, let's go to the movies and share some popcorn, soda pop with our friends. Turn off our cell phones and get away. Night or day, it's John DeSando on the radio. We'll watch the credits from up